Stop here. Sorry, had a bit of a sneeze there. It's probably gonna come back later. I'm sure of it. I'm just gonna be streaming along, and all of a sudden, achoo! So, anyway, what's up, guys? Welcome to another MLB The Show 23 stream here on Twitch. I'm NextJGGen24, and the grind for a Superfractored All Mets lineup continues. So, last time, which was Tuesday, I think we had Michael Conforto already up to tier 4. Yeah, we really didn't make that much progress in terms of getting guys to the next tier, but we are getting XP with them, so that's the important thing. Jeff McNeil is the closest to being tier 5. If I do get him tier 5, I'm going to be the 312th or 313th player to get him Superfractored. And after that, it's not Keith who's next. Maybe Francisco Alvarez? Oh no, it's Francisco Lindor. And then I think it's I think it's Alvarez. Or maybe it's David Wright. No, it's Alvarez, then David Wright. Those are the next closest. And of course, don't forget that we have Brett Beatty and Ronnie Mauricio on the bench for us. I will try to get in at some point. However, the main focus is just getting the guys that are in the lineup right now to be Superfractored. If we could get all of them, that'd be great, but we are running a little short on time here. It is February. As we all know, MLB The Show 24 is going to come out in March. The March 19th is when the standard or the collector's edition will be available, or at least it sounds like. I'm assuming the standard edition, which is the edition I'm probably going to get, is going to be available a couple days after that. I would say like 3 days. So March 22nd, I would put it at. So not a lot of time, especially when you consider that, for 1 week this month, just to remind you guys, I'll do it when we get there, but there is a week this month that I am not going to be streaming. Or at least I would say, let's see. I would say for like 4 days, I'm not going to be streaming this month. 4 days. And honestly, it might even extend into, well, actually, sorry, I'm trying to get my dates right here. Four days, no streaming in February, because I am going on vacation, so, sorry, but this is a birthday vacation that I like to go on every year, so, so that's already 4 days that I'm losing right there. 4 days that I have a chance to be able to grind and get this lineup to Superfractored. So, I mean, maybe I'll make up for it. I don't know. I'm gonna have to wait and see what happens. But that's just looking forward. 4 days means I'm losing 4 days to actually streaming and getting this lineup up to Superfractored. And unfortunately, progress is slow when you're constantly getting 18 XP. I hate to say that, but you know, honestly, it would be a lot quicker if I do play versus CPU. And if I were to play in like one of those easy stadiums where you could just hit home run after home run after home run. I mean, not that there's anything wrong with Coors Field. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. I'm just saying, like, you know, I've had guys come in here who tell me they can earn, like, between 200 and 300 XP per game that they play in these stadiums against the CPU. So there is a quicker way. It's just I know offline play versus CPU. Believe me, I did this already when I streamed MLB The Show 21. Nice, Keith. Holy mackerel. That's gone. Clear out of the park. Sorry. So, ooh, is freaking, yeah, David Wright's going to get in on the home run parade. All right. What was I? Now I've completely forgotten what I was saying. Oh, yeah, so, you know, I know that offline play or play versus CPU is not exactly popular. Believe me, I already did this when I streamed MLB The Show 21. My channel didn't grow, so I'm not gonna do that again unless I go through a bad day in events grind where I feel like I'm not getting as much XP. Oh, good pitch. Let me guess. Yep, he painted the black with that one. So events is probably the next best option. It's online. It's against other players, but at the same time, you know, it's still a great way to be able to grind XP, especially when you consider the fact that all the pitchers that they're using in the event are common pitchers.
Nope, that's inside.
Yeah, I figured I wasn't gonna get that, so. Anyway, obviously, yes, but just focusing on this week for right now, obviously I did not stream yesterday. I told you guys that I was not streaming because I worked. So I will make up for yesterday's stream by streaming on Saturday. So you can expect a rare weekend stream from me on Saturday, and we will continue on this grind, because at this point, like I've said, there's really nothing left for me to accomplish in MLB The Show 2023. I've got all the offline programs done, all the Team Affinity programs. You know, there's just not a lot left for me to, there's nothing left for me to do. And I have no interest in doing the ranked seasons or battle royale programs. I have all the cards that I could possibly want from those programs already. Plus ranked seasons, I'm not gonna get as much XP. Like, I wouldn't get as much XP in ranked seasons than if I were to grind the event. And BR, it's just totally random. Like, I have to hope that I land on Mets player. 2 days ago, how'd you do? How'd you do, Landon? By the way, welcome in. Or Welcome back in. Sorry I didn't acknowledge you earlier. I was just in a trail of thought and I wanted to make sure that I actually finished it. You're 2-0? Nice. I'm assuming you're starting in spring training, so... Well, yeah, if this is your first 2 games, then yeah, you still got to be in it'll go up. It'll go up, believe me. You'll be fine. Wow, warning track power. Yeah, just when we do the when they do MLB the show, everyone's going to restart at 0 when in ranked seasons. So, you know, gonna have to start that grind again to get above 300. I mean, well, the grind is more for if there are any Mets cards to be had. If there are Mets cards, then I will do it. If not, then I'm not gonna bother. Besides, it's usually when a lot of people have their. I mean, to the average baseball fan, I don't know how much they're going to change from MLB to show 24 or 23 and 24. I really have no idea. Kata! Yes, Kata hit home runs. And boy, that actually reached the roof. Holy sh... Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we're absolutely going to get new legends. I'm led to believe that we're going to get Adrian Beltre for sure. I mean, you put him in the reveal trailer. There's no way that you're just going to put him in there and not include him in the game. Again, you know, my theory is, and I think this is the right way to do it. The way that I would do it is that for the MLB collection, I would have Adrian Beltre as the MLB collection, since he was the top vote getter for the Hall of Fame. And then I would have Joe Mauer as the AL collection reward and Todd Helton as the NL collection reward. I think that makes the most sense. But let's see what A-Rod. It's possible. I mean, if we're going to include McGuire, Sosa in there, then I think A-Rod has a pretty good shot of getting in there too. You know, no doubt he's going to be a Yankee. No doubt.
Your attention, please. Now pitching, Grant Hartwig.
0-1.
You know, kind of an interesting player that they included last year but didn't do this year, Juan Pierre. They didn't have Juan Pierre in the game. They had him last year, but they didn't have him this year. You forgot about him? I mean, he's not, as far as I know, he's not in the Hall of Fame. So I just wonder, like, how could they include him last year but not include him this year? Or is it just going to be another, like, he's essentially another D. Gordon. Or D. Strange Gordon, excuse me. Ball four.
Off the plate, ball one.
What's up, gamer? How are ya? I'm doing all right. Got plenty of sleep today. I slept until like 2 o'clock in the afternoon, so I feel like I'm definitely ready for work tonight, and just continuing on with this grind of Parallel X being this all Mets lineup.
Ball three. 3 balls, no strikes. Yeah.
You went to bed hella. Oh. We'll see, gamer. Again, they haven't. Well, there's a collector's edition, so maybe they're gonna opt to do that instead of a. Instead of a Legends edition, because they usually do a standard edition, an MVP / some other kind of edition, and then now they already said they're doing the collector's edition. So I'm led to believe that's going to be the most expensive one, probably the one that would include Adrian Beltre and or Vladimir Guerrero Sr. Oh, they did collect. Was it the same as the Legends thing, or did that just replace the MVP edition? I don't remember.
That's a ball.
Oh, okay. Well, then maybe that's what they're. Maybe that's where we're gonna get Maybe that's where we're going to get Guerrero and or Beltre. Oh, Deluxe. Oh, yeah, that's right. You're right. You are absolutely right, gamer. Okay, so then maybe what they'll do is Beltre for Collector's Edition and then Vlad Guerrero Sr. for Deluxe or... Sorry, I can't speak today. So, what my theory is now, knowing that, is that they're going to do Vlad Sr. on the Collector's Edition, and then Adrian Beltre on the Collector's Edition, or the Deluxe Edition. Yeah. Slow down. I'm a fast talker, so... Let's go. You're thinking about getting the deluxe one? Yeah, see, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that at all. Like, I don't want to put any more money than what's in the standard edition, and even the standard edition is $10 more than it was on the last gen console, the PS4. It's like I'm paying 10 extra bucks for video games on a PlayStation 5. So, why didn't I let that go? Probably Landon, but I'm not gonna get it now. I'd rather wait, you know, because I see no point in getting it now. It will only add to the anxiety and anticipation of having MLB The Show, 24, and I don't want to do that yet. Oh boy. My guy is out of energy, and I have to pitch with him. So Hartwig is going to lose this. Yeah, the basic one does fine for me. And plus, yeah, Landon or Gamer is actually bringing up a good point here. You get it a week earlier, but you're really not going to be able to do much because I don't know how many people get the deluxe edition, but I'm assuming it's not many compared to the people that usually get the standard edition. So what are you going to do? Get a head start on the programs and everything? Grind ranked seasons even though you're probably not going to match up with a lot of people? Strike 3, sit down. Hey, hon, my day is alright. How was yours? Okay, I need to do hair pairing.
Your attention, please. Now, number 50.
Yeah, but you could do all that without it if you wait a week later, and you can save about $40. That's my argument. I mean, if you really want the game that badly, then no wonder they made it like $100 for that game. But to me, there's really nothing interesting.
Now batting, right fielder, Garcia.
Oh, you're doing the Adley. And what? It's what is it? It's 28 that you need to get for Adley? Look, I'll show you my progress. Yeah, thank you, Landon. Oh, 25. Oh, shoot, that sucks. All right, just a little bit of a progress update. Let's see. Hernandez and Wright each got 90 because of their home runs. Canna had 72 for his home run. Francisco Alvarez with 44. Jeff McNeil, Michael Conforto, and Brennan Nimmo each got 36. Francisco Lindor got 26, and Brett Beatty had 18. You never play. Yeah, early on when people, because see, that's always been my issue. Okay, like playing online, there are going to be those people who just buy packs until they get all the collections, and thus they're going to have an advantage over me because I'm not gonna go and buy out all these cards immediately. I'm not gonna go crazy on the first day. Like I'll grind for whatever packs I could get, but I'm not trying to complete all the collections on day one. You understand what I mean? But there are people who actually do that. They do complete the collections on day one, and if I have to go up against them, it's gonna be tough. Yeah, I'm not. Me too, Landon. I think that's the best way to do it. I think that's the best way. All right, so let's see. So, I want to show you the ones that I completed. I got Mike Piazza. Got that one done. I got Griffey done. I got Wagner. Wagner was actually easy. He was actually the easiest probably out of all these moments. Maybe the second easiest was Griffey, since you just had to hit a home run in Fenway Park. Yeah, it's on Legend, but honestly, it's not that bad. I did not do Matt Cain. This one was hard. Like, I would get to the seventh inning, have the perfect game, and then have it broken up. And it's like my heart just couldn't take another try. I hit the 2 home runs with Ketel Marte. I got this moment done. Yeah, this one about the Mariners coming back against the Blue Jays. And that's about all of them. I didn't do all the other ones. The Matt Cain one is your favorite? Dude, I can't do it. I couldn't do it. I know it's on veteran, but I just lose it every time in the seventh inning, and I'm like, I don't want to do this. I didn't do any of the voucher. Like the only thing I kept doing was do these stat missions and then get these missions done. Yeah, but I would always lose it, so that's why I couldn't finish it. So I basically relied on doing all these missions and then doing the repeatable mission to be able to complete this program. It was not easy. Well, the other thing I did too was do the Conquest program. I did that. Whoo boy, you are definitely gonna play on. You are gonna play. You are gonna play on Legend in Extreme Conquest. I'll show you. Particularly as you go through, and you get to the as you go through the NL West. But as you get through, then it starts to become easier. It's only this issue right over here, which I'm blocking, but let me show you. So this is the pain in the butt right here. Because Tampa Bay has 51. And sometimes they will they will get there, they will move their fans over here. So you think you get this mission done, but the sad reality is that they still have all these 50 million fans over here, and it might actually be more, and you have to play on Hall of Fame in order to be able to get this conquest map done. I was so shocked to learn it. I thought I was gonna lose. I was gonna lose the map because of that. I thought I was gonna lose. So the Rays are not tough, but you are definitely playing on Hall of Fame or even Legend on that last game. So it's kind of like, oh, you think you're done? Not quite. Not so fast. So that's basically how I did it. Hold on, I'm going to move my camera back. Alright, there we go. Because he didn't get the points for doing the program, even though he did it all correctly. Oh boy, Landon, that's tough. At least we didn't have to do the showdown this year. True. Very true, gamer. Because going up against Randy Johnson on Legend, that's tough. I don't know if I would do this again next year. Singing in class on my phone. If I get caught, I will get it. Wait. Yeah, there was a showdown. Let me show you. Okay, Grayson, but you should really have some headphones or something. Yeah, there was a showdown right here. Final boss was Randy Johnson. Right here. And this is 8, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 8. So typical of the showdown, but it's 8. So, and Randy is on, no, no, Grayson, no. I'm done with the program. I don't need to do it. And why would I subject myself to that torture? Y'all want to make a grown man cry on stream? Y'all are ruthless. Y'all are ruthless. I think I'm the away team, or home team. Excuse me.
Leading for the Sandlot, the right fielder, Ronald Acuna.
Alright. Let's do this. By the way, you may have noticed that my stub count is over 1.2 million. So when I acquired Ronald Acuna Jr. again, I actually quick sold him, and I got like 235,000 subs for him. So that's why my sub count is higher than when I last streamed. Oh, what the heck? Nemo, what'd you do? What should have been just a single just turned into a triple. Holy. I hope the guy appreciates the stubs or the XP that I just gave him. Wait a minute, that was Mike Trout? Oh no. Yeah, that was Mike Trout. Oh yeah, that's right. Got 50 wins on your... Still at 138 on your main? Wow, nice. You're really grinding the event, excuse me. Just hit 80. I'm about to close in on 40. I don't even know what my record is. I have to, like, in the event in total, I have to look. Every time I play a game, you switch your team. Yeah, for the hell of it. Gotcha. Yeah, I'm dedicated to getting this all P5 Mets lineup, so I'm going in with the same team regardless, and I'm not really changing anything about it. It's gonna be tough. It's going to be tough. I don't have a lot of time before MLB The Show 24 comes out. Because when that comes out, that gets my immediate attention. And I say sayonara to MLB The Show 23.
Batting third, the third baseman.
In fact, I think once MLB The Show 24 comes out, I think MLB The Show 20 is going to be obsolete in terms of online play and everything. So, or Diamond Dynasty, you're not going to be able to play Diamond Dynasty on it. So, oh, MLB 21, really? Huh.
0-1.
Okay, well then, yeah, I guess I mean MLB 21. Ah, gotcha. Okay, well then, MLB The Show 20 is completely obsolete. Well, not completely. You could still play Road to the Show and franchise in it if you want. You just can't play Diamond Dynasty, and I think that's, I would say, probably 90, I would say like 85 to 90% of the people who buy MLB The Show want to play it for Diamond Dynasty. The things that I'm hoping will return for next year, or return for the next installment, I'm hopeful for storylines to return. I don't know which players they would do this time, if they even do the Negroes League, but I hope storylines does return. And I also hope that they keep the program for Road to the Show. Okay, my opponent, okay. I guess that's one way I can earn a win. Sad that the most XP I got was 26 with Keith Hernandez. But, alright, I'll take that win. I wonder, who do I have that I haven't chosen from this? Storyline is in the store description, but no word on what legends. Yeah, I don't know what they're going to do. I have no clue. Like, would they do, like, the Japanese ones? You know, since now we have Yamamoto, we obviously have Otani. They could throw in Hideki Matsui. They can throw in Hideki Matsui, Kaz Matsui. Oh, they're doing Negroes Baseball League Season 2? Okay, well, I think that's pretty cool. I enjoyed this year, so I'm excited to see what they do for next year. I mean, didn't Willie Mays play in the Negroes League? Maybe they'll do a card for him, since they did one for Jackie. What's that catcher? Who was that catcher that everyone wanted? Josh Gibson? Okay, well, maybe we'll get him this year. But did Willie Mays play in the Negroes League? Because I don't remember off the top of my head, but it would make sense. Or all right, my opponent is clearly not. I gotta find a new opponent. There we go. Okay, so we're the home team again. My opponent actually has Superfractored Lindor and Ketel Marte, so gonna have to be on the lookout for that.
Leading off for New York, the left fielder, Brian Reynolds.
1-0.
Nice.
Batting second, the shortstop, Ellie De La Cruz.
Ooh. Oh, dang it, that slider did not slide enough.
One and out. Ball, that's down.
Hmm.
2-1.
Okay, I need to understand where Liberator is missing. Because that was clearly not supposed to be there. I mean, it was a little off, but apparently a little means a lot. Really, Kenna? Come on.
Batting fifth, the right fielder, Anthony Santander.
Anthony Santander.
1-0.
There was somebody on my YouTube that was commenting about jerseys, like making jerseys for me. And I was like, while I appreciate that, I tend to make my own jerseys. And I like what I do, you know? I like making these jerseys. I think it creates a unique opportunity for me to be able to get the create uniforms. Steve. Teacher is letting us get on our phones and everyone is... Oh, well, hello, Grayson's class. Appreciate you guys tuning in. I'm actually, if Grayson hasn't already told you guys yet, I'm already, I'm grinding the events to be able to superfractor my all Mets lineup. So it's specifically a lineup of all Mets players in MLB The Show 22, or 23, excuse me, that have a Mets symbol on their cards. So there will be no J.D. Davis, no Max Scherzer, there is a Jacob deGrom, but if it were his live series or the captain card that came out earlier this year, when he's on the Rangers, I'm not putting him in. The only version that I have of him in my lineup is the one that came from, is the one that was part of the Chase pack. That's the only one.
Batting second, the first baseman.
They said, nice, that's really cool. Yeah, that's about what you would do at the end of the, at the end of MLB The Show. That's pretty much what you would do, is you would do an all-team some kind of all team lineup, and then you could grind them however you want, offline, online, whatever floats your boat. Me, I just prefer to do it online because it's quicker. Of course, I'm not the greatest online player, as evidenced by the fact that I'm already down 4-0. Padres lineup? Cool. Oh yeah, that's right, you were telling me about that. You were telling me. So I'm sure you're going to have that 99 Tatis in there. I'm sure you're going to have the Musgrove in there as well. Yep. Come on, don't catch it, don't catch it, don't catch it. Frick! Your Jays line up all P5, but the bullpen I'm working on my Rangers now. Okay, good. Good for you, gamer. Dang. A lot of progress there. A lot of progress. Yeah, the only two Mets cards that I have Superfractored right now are Pete Alonso and Francisco Lindor. They're set 1 cards from the World Baseball Classic. Those are the only ones that I actually have Superfractored. Other than that, everyone else is either Tier 4 or Tier 3. But it's not just the lineup that I'm working on, it's also the rotation as well. But the rotation is going to happen when I do play versus CPU games, because you can't take your diamond pitchers in the events. You can't do it. You could take them into play versus CPU, but you can't do it in events because the event restricts it to common pitchers. So that's why I'm not pitching with the likes of Jacob deGrom or Tom Seaver or Kodai Senga. Dang, that was a hit. At least I'm not missing this time. And I'm actually going to limit this guy to, or limit my opponent to a single. Dang it. 6-0. Well, I never claimed to be the greatest online player of all time, so... Of course, that Francisco Lindor card is Superfractored. My opponent already has him Superfractored, so... I don't know why. I think that's just so my opponent can ensure a win. Because you wouldn't throw in a Superfractored player to grind him in the events. You certainly wouldn't do that. Okay, Conforto.
0-1.
Dang! Behind the play, 1-of-1, Kirk, 90. First, 1-of-1, Captain, Vlad Jr. or Vlad Senior? Oh, Vlad second. No, Vlad Jr., I'm assuming then. 1-of-1, Whit Merrifield, shortstop, P. 99, Bo, third base, 2-of-2, Donaldson.
0-1.
Hold on. Left, P5, Sean Green, center, 1-of-1. George Springer, right, Kevin Kiermaier. Okay. I'm assuming that's the playoff one. The Kiermaier one is the playoff one. And then DH, Danny Jansen, 1-of-1. Okay, wow, that's pretty solid. I can tell you that playing play versus CP, well, you're working on your bullpen, so if anything, If anything, you're,
1-1.
dang it. I was going to say, for your Blue Jays lineup, you could have, you could do conquests to be able to help with um,
0-1.
your bullpen. And there are some easy ones. Dang, this guy is teeing off on me. This guy is a way better player than I can ever hope to dream. He's just early on everything. Well, not everything. That he was clearly not early on. That one he was. And that's gone. Okay, I mean, you do your team builds however you want. You do it however you want, so I'm just restricting. You don't have to do it my way. I'm just restricting myself to these rules. But they're just my rules. You don't have to follow what I do. If you want to throw former Blue Jays in your lineup that are no longer on the team, then go ahead. No one said you couldn't.
One ball, no strike.
I mean, my all Mets. I was able to do my all Mets lineup and not have a single player from a different team in it across the board, like infield, bench, rotation, and bullpen. But I did have to fill with a lot of commons, guys that I will likely never get to Superfractored unless I throw them in my rotation here. Al Leiter has a Blue Jays card?
Leading off for the Lions, the designated hitter, Team
But he used to play on the Blue Jays?
Your attention, please. Pinch hitting.
Oh, that's another one that they took out from last year. John Alroot. They had him in the game last year, and I think they took him out. Or maybe it wasn't last year. Maybe it was MLB The Show 21. But I do remember him being in the game. And I haven't seen him so far this year.
No balls, 2 strikes.
That's another one. I have to look. But I don't think I ever saw John Alroot in the game. Ricky Henderson, why? You're up 9-0. Why do you need Ricky Henderson in? Attaboy Lindor. At least I'm not getting shut out. He played 6 seasons as a Blue Jay? I did not know that. I mean, I remember him as a Met and as a Florida Marlin, but I never knew he was a Blue Jay.
That's the ball.
Attaboy Keith.
The third baseman, number 5, Jason Wright.
That's inside. Ball. 2-0.
Your attention, please. Now pitching,
Inoli Paredes. Welcome to the game. 1990 to 1995. So before...
the catcher number 4.
Okay, so before he was on the Marlins and the Mets. Oh boy, what a shot by Alvarez. What a shot. Oh my God. Let's see how far that went. That nearly went 500 feet. Holy sh... Dang, Francisco Alvarez got some pop. Alright, that's game. GG's to my opponent. At least I got the home run with Francisco Alvarez. So there was that. And Lindor had a home run too. So it was Alvarez and Lindor that got the runs. It's okay. Like I said, I've never been one to worry about event wins. I'm only concerned about getting the XP. So let's see here. Right. So Alvarez had the holy smoke. Yes, sir. That was quite a bomb. Dang. If 1 foot short of being a 500 footer, that'd be amazing. So just to recap, Francisco Alvarez, obviously he had the most since he got the home run with the 3 RBIs, and he himself scored a run. Next would be David Wright and Francisco Lindor. Wright had the double plus the run. Actually, he had a single and a double, so he was hitting. And Lindor, he obviously had the home run. Behind them, and I'm not counting the pitchers in this one, Keith Hernandez and Michael Conforto at 54. Jeff McNeil had 36, as did Brandon Nimmo, and Mark Canha and Brett Beatty each had 18. So that's the end of my event run right there. That's the end. But I'll be back, don't worry. Oh, first I gotta take care of that. Hold on. Because now I've got 5. So let's go to voucher exchange. Exchange all 5 so that they're not in my inventory because they really don't matter to me at this point. Alright. Oh yeah, I already checked that. How are we doing on Lindor? Or not Lindor, McNeil. McNeil is at over 9,500, so he's less than 500 away, which is good. Lindor, he's still over 1,000 away, over 1,500 actually, and no one's even remotely close. But hold on, Brandon Nimmo, he's close to being, he's about just under 300 away. Mark Canha is under 400 away. All right. Obviously, I knew Canha and Nimmo, well, Canha was going to be slow progress because of where I put him in the lineup. I put him in the 7th hole. So, you know, he's obviously going to take a lot of time. Nimmo, I was hopeful that he would actually get on a good run and, you know, and be able to make some progress, but his progress has just been only slightly faster than Canna's has been, and that's the real shame. I think part of that has to do with the fact that I spent a good portion of the time or a good portion grinding ranked seasons when I really shouldn't have. Like, I'm pretty sure if I had been doing events, Nimmo would already be tier 4.
It's 0-1.
Ah. Dang it.
Got him on a tag.
Of course, stuff like that doesn't help. Got underneath it too much.
No, that missed. 1 ball, 1 strike.
I'll take that single with right.
The catcher, number 4, Francisco Alvarez.
And that's going to end that inning.
Let's go.
Oh well. Hit a ball 520 with Trouty. Nice. Where was that? Was that at Coors Field? Do you remember?
Yeah! 0-1. That's a ball.
Shields, Woods hit the house. Oh, so where I'm playing right now. Oh, you hit the... Wait, where's the house? Strike 3, get down.
Batting second, the center fielder, Mickey Mantle.
That house out there and left? The one that's in the background? You hit that? That was 523 feet? No way. No way. That would have to be at least a 540 home run. And how was that even a fair ball? Or how was it a home run? It doesn't seem like it would have been fair. The barn? Okay, but that's still like a 540 home run. At least. I mean, that'd be quite impressive. Should have clipped it, man. Because I would love to see it. That's gone. Michael Conforto. And he quit. He quit before the home run could even land. Wow. Talk about taking XP away. Sad part is, that at-bat didn't even count either. So it's like Conforto never even got a single at-bat. He had the home run, but never got an at-bat. Well, sometimes that's what happens. I mean, I wish people would not do that, but people do it. They don't want to waste their time. They want to get wins. Or clearly that my opponent was more interested in a win than anything else. So what can you do? Okay, now I'm the home team.
Leading off for the Kings, the right fielder, Gary Sheffield.
There we go.
Batting second, the center fielder, number 12, Jackson Cholio.
Oh and 1.
Let's go. What a play.
Batting third, the shortstop, Ellie De La Cruz.
It's 0 and 1. One ball, one strike.
I'm scared to throw the slider here because I think my opponent's gonna. I thought he was gonna rip it, but all he did was just ground it to McNeil. Ooh, I think we got a Dodgers fan. Oh boy, Dodgers fan. Hopefully not a bandwagon fan.
0 and 1. That's the ball. 1 and 1.
Batting second, the first baseman, Keith Hernandez.
Come on, Keith. Beat it, beat it.
That's the net.
Not gonna beat it.
Batting third, the third baseman, Jason.
Well, it was a dribbler. I'm kind of surprised I even made contact with it at all. Well, I didn't get anyone up and warming, so I guess I'm stuck with what I've got. Slade is not exactly in the yellow right now anyway, so what's up, cheater? How are ya?
Batting fifth, the third baseman, Jose Ramirez.
I had free strike Skittles. Skittles is so good. Yeah, my teeth are too sensitive for me to be eating something like dried freeze dried Skittles. So, well, I'll take your word for it. I'm gonna have to pass. And there goes my Mets rally towel again. I mean, it's silly for me to worry about this, but it just looks so weird if I don't have it like this.
Leading off for for Long Island.
I'm just going to have to figure out a way to keep it up. I'll figure it out.
That's the ball.
I think if that had been fair, I could have gotten a double out of that. Craving a Ben Simmons triple-double. Well, unfortunately, Cheater, he's out. He's got an injury, so he's out for at least one game.
Your attention, please. Now, Jake Brent.
That's the ball. 1-0.
Well, it is what it is. So, not going to be in the next game, I can tell you. It's just such a shame because essentially what Ben Simmons is, he could have had the potential of Luka Doncic. He really could have. He's big. He can dribble the ball. He can pass it. He can score. He could have been on Luka's level. But it just seems like he has the troubles of Kyrie Irving. And that's not a good combination. Maybe troubles is not the right word, but discipline, I think that's an even better one. He has the discipline of Kyrie Irving, which is not a compliment. I wouldn't say so. They went to back-to-back finals appearances with Jason Kidd, Kerry Kittles, Richard Jefferson, not Collins, but Kenyon Martin, Alonzo Mourning. They made back-to-back finals appearances. Attaboy, Hannah. What did KD say? What about his time with the Nets? I consider it as much of a joke as he does. If that's what he said.
1-1.
Oh no, I didn't mean to hit with Pete Alonso. Dang it. Oh well.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention, please.
Okay.
Now,
Believe me, his time with the Nets is just as forgettable for the fans as it is for him.
He's out of there.
It was a joke. Like, I'm sorry, but it was a joke. Here's the thing. I knew that when they got KD and Kyrie, it was going to be a joke. Kyrie was trouble from the get-go, and KD just isn't good on his own. He knows that. That's why he went to Golden State after he was done with OKC. And it sounds like his time in Phoenix is not really panning out as much as he would like, even though he has Devin Booker there. And now they have Bradley Beal. But I don't know what their record is. KD? What do you mean he's the next Shaq? Like, what's the comparison to Shaq? Alright, GG's to my opponent. Not that it mattered anyway, if the game was over. Unless this is some kind of glitch to Shaq bounced around everywhere. Yeah, but at least he won when he was with Los Angeles, and then he also won when he was in Miami. So at least he won at certain places he went to. He didn't win everywhere, but he did win. Yeah, I think he's gonna settle in to be a Laker. He makes so much money doing movies in LA. Why would he want to go anywhere else? Honestly, I think he wants to play in the NBA against his son Bronny, since Bronny's at USC. Although I wouldn't push the kid. I wouldn't push him considering I think he just had that cardiac arrest last year. So if he's not ready for the NBA, then he probably shouldn't. Then LeBron is probably gonna. Well, maybe, but if LeBron is gonna hang around in the NBA till his son gets there, then that's what's gonna happen. And honestly, Bronny's name alone will be money to NBA team owners. There'll be money, or his name is money alone. All right, we're playing at the spring training stadium. Or one of them, I think. So we'll see what happens, but LeBron has no reason to call it a career yet. But I also say he doesn't go anywhere else.
Leading off for Long Island, the center fielder, Brandon Nimmo.
Ew. Why did I fall for that? Excuse me. Nice.
Batting third, the third baseman, number 5, David Rush.
It's going to be Grumble double. I'll take it. It's a RBI double for right, so that's XP right there. Top of it for sure.
Got him.
What's up, Giants are cool. My favorite MLB team, New York Mets, right here. Welcome in. I appreciate you stopping by. How are you today?
Nope.
Yes, sir. Oh, cool. So, really? Because I would have guessed that you were a Giants fan, considering that you have them in your name. I thought you were a San Francisco Giants fan.
Leading up for the Bronx, the center fielder.
Ah, New York Giants. Okay. Yeah, that would have been my second guess, is that you were referring to the New York Giants. So, do you live in the New York area? I asked if you were in the New York area, like New York City. Since you're a New York Giants fan, I want to know if you're in the city or if you live around there. You're in New Jersey? Oh, same. I'm from North Jersey. What about you?
Inside, ball one.
Oh, I heard the saying he was going.
Nope, outside.
And I thought for a second that he was actually trying to steal. Got him! Strike him out, throw him out, double play. Let's go. North, then more south, because I moved when you were younger. Ah, I see. Okay, so you're in South Jersey now. Oh boy, that's Philly territory. Yeah. Unless you're Central Jersey. Because apparently people believe that there's a Central Jersey. I don't, personally.
Yeah, you're out.
Yeah, well, I've never been to Philly. I've only been, like, down on exit 3 in, on the New Jersey Turnpike. So that's about as close as I'm willing to get to Philly. Although I will say, I do want to visit Citizens Bank Ballpark one day. I do want to visit because it honestly looks like a really cool stadium to, like, go see a game.
Two balls, no strike.
But if I'm going to go as a Mets fan, and I'm going to watch, and hopefully my Mets are going to beat the Phillies. It's fine, but that's fine. I'm just about, like, trying to experience new stadiums. Like, I've never been to Citizens Bank Park. In fact, my whole plan for last summer, maybe I'll try it this summer, is I was going to visit three MLB stadiums. I was going to go to one in Philly, obviously Citizens Bank Park.
That's a ball.
I was going to go to Baltimore, so Camden Yards. And then I was going to go to Nationals Park. So that was my whole plan. I obviously haven't followed through on it, but it's definitely something I want to do. You're going to a Mets-Phillies game in May at Citizens Bank Park? Oh, no, you're saying at Citi Field. Gotcha. Okay, well, enjoy the game. Hopefully the Phillies don't blow out the Mets too badly. I guess we'll see for ourselves. Just depends on where the Mets are at that season. Usually April they have like a great April, and then May they kind of keep it up, but they lose a little bit of traction, and then June is where they really start to lose it. So you want to go see PNC Park? Yeah, that's another one on my bucket list. but it's really far west into Philly or into Pennsylvania. If I'm going to go there, I'm going to have to fly, and I want to stay a couple days. My opponent is out of here. So, even though it says 39 wins, I'm actually at 40. The ticker is a little bit behind. Alright. Alright, well, I appreciate you stopping by. Hopefully I'll see you more often in here. Let's go Mets. LFGM, as we like to say on Mets Twitter. Alright, so we're gonna go with Luis Gonzalez. We'll go Carlos. No, actually, we already have Carlos Pena. Ooh, Joe Carter. Yeah, he's expensive. Not that you could sell him. You can't really sell him. We'll get Troy Percival. And finally, Alex Gordon. We already have a version. Already have Zach Greinke. Herman Killebrew, Jackie Bradley Jr., Brett Saberhagen. Don't have Delgado, but there is a better version of his card if I were to ever do a Blue Jays team build. Yeah, let's do Killebrew. Haven't done Killebrew yet. Oh, I didn't. Crap. I didn't see what. Oh well, sorry guys. I completely forgot to check the Parallel XP before I opened the packs. I just saw the packs and I was like, ooh, packs. There's only one that I could choose out of these. They're all 99s. Oh, I gotta go with that Zach Wheeler card. I have to. So if I ever get to 45 wins, I'm going Zach Wheeler. Oh, looks like we already found my opponent. Good. Let's do it. All right, good luck to my opponent. Overrated to God. He's got quite a few players here. Is this a created stadium or is this one of those? That's a deep right field. I don't know if I can hit home runs that way. Unless unless my players really get behind the ball.
Leading off for the Lions, the center fielder, Brandon Nimmo.
Yeah, I feel like this is a created stadium. Which might be good because it would be good for, people usually put their elevations high, so that means the ball may... No, I don't want to quit. I want to get XP. If you want to quit, that's fine. But I want to get my XP. Oh, I thought that was going to get past them. That's why I was telling Nimmo to go to second.
Batting second, the first baseman, number 17, Keith Hernandez.
Yeah, that's gonna get caught, unfortunately. Unfortunately. Oh, whoops. That's not the right one.
Batting third, the third baseman, number 5, David Ruff.
Through, nice. And you know what? I'm sending Nimmo to third. He's out. It's a 50-50 shot.
The catcher, number 3, Francisco Alvarez.
Not going to do anything with that pitch. Well, first of all, I'm not going to... First of all, I don't comment on politics. Second of all, I know what you were suggesting with that V word that you put in there. So, you, sir, give me 1 second here, are banned. Bye-bye. I don't comment on politics. I don't appreciate anyone saying anything close to the N-word. I will not tolerate it. So, plus, the Twitch indicated to me that that guy was a ban evader. So, you know what? Not even gonna, that's strike 3 right there. Talking about me about politics, coming close to saying the N-word, and being a ban evader, yeah, that's all I need to ban you. I won't put up with it.
Batting third, the first baseman, Vladimir Guerrero.
0-1. Ball.
Alright, well, I thought I was gonna get him there, but not so much.
Batting fourth, the right fielder, Patel Marquez.
Ball. 2-0's the count.
Alright, let's buckle down and let's get this out. Oh, dang it. I was too late. Again, I was trying to time it right, and... Alright, I appreciate you coming back. What'd you have to go do that you needed to, that you had to step away for a minute, if you don't mind me asking?
No, ball. One ball, 2 strikes.
By the way, I did see that you followed me. I do apologize for not having the alerts. I do stream from my console, so... A shower? Oh, okay. Yeah, I stream from my console, so I don't really get the alerts. I would stream from a capture card and have all the alerts and everything, but right now my internet cannot handle that, so so until I get stronger internet, I I have to settle for streaming from my console. Not that I think it's bad. I mean, you know, 352 followers later, apparently people don't care. You know, they're more worried about the content than they are about the presentation of it, so to speak.
Leading off for Long Island, the left fielder, Michael.
You know, but if I did have the alerts, I actually had some really cool ones that I would be using. Like my alert for a new follow was Chef McNeil doing his little dance after he got like a single. I forget where it was, but it was a gif of that. And then if I was being rated, it would have Mr. and Miss. It was a gif of Mr. and Mrs. Met doing the trumpet for whenever Edwin Diaz came out to pitch the ninth. So it would be them if I got rated. In terms of donating bits, or actually no, I think that was the sub. The raid, it was more generic. It was the whole zombie, you know, crawling towards you and everything. You miss Diaz? He'll be back this year. He may not be the same that he was in 2022, but he'll be back. And I think that's an improvement over last year for sure. I will say that his injury probably contributed to the Mets' downfall. Like, as soon as he got hurt, that felt like the season was over.
Your attention, please. Now, Ryan.
But now he'll be back, and hopefully it'll be a decent season. I'm thinking 72 wins for this team. I think 72. Vientos, I'm gonna say he's the breakout. He's the breakout that people are expected. That's why you don't like the World Baseball Classic. I understand. But then if that were the logic, then why would the injury risk is just the same in spring training? The injury risk, so should we just get rid of spring training and just go right to the regular season? You know, that's my argument against it. There's as much risk, if not more actually, there was more risk that Diaz would have gotten hurt in spring training than if he had played in the World Baseball Classic.
1-2.
So you don't like either. So you just want them to get right to the regular season.
You got a full count.
I get that wanting to have every game count and everything. You know, the thing that I would just argue is that those players are going to be cold, raw. Oh, don't forget Ronnie Mauricio. So then do you not like guys like Ronnie Mauricio going to play winter ball and then getting hurt there? Are you also opposed to that? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you got to have something for the regular season. You don't want them raw. Oh boy. I think playing an inning game is a huge injury risk. It's always a huge risk. But, you know, the good thing is that... Oh, forget it. I wasn't going to rob it anyway. Make spring training more competitive. So what are you thinking? Like, how would you make spring training more competitive? Make it like a playoff or a season? So make it like with the NBA, an in-season tournament? And what happens if the... So what happens if a team does win this tournament? Do they get like, is it just a trophy or does it have some kind of an impact on the season? See, for spring training to matter or to like really matter, there needs to be some kind of incentive that has an impact either on the season or maybe even in the draft. You know how like the MLB All-Star Game, for years what they would do is that the winner of that game had the winner of that game, whether that was the American League or the National League, whoever won that game, that's who would have home field advantage in the World Series. So it actually mattered if you won the All-Star Game or not. The problem was the American League just dominated the National League for years. So, you know, something like that would be cool. I don't think they would do that again. But maybe there's something like with the MLB draft, the amateur draft, that is. Maybe if you're, let's say you win spring training, but you have a horrible season, if you're in the top 5, then you get to have the first overall pick or something like that. Well, I didn't tell Lindor to go. I don't know why Lindor went. He shouldn't have gone. .94 speed, that's enough.
No, he's safe.
The third baseman, number 5.
Advantage in what? Like the...
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention
in the playoffs or in the World Series? Well, I don't like the whole idea of that, because then it's like, or I'm not as in favor of that idea as I would be for the All-Star Game, because the All-Star Game really matters, whereas, you know, the spring training has to do more with oh, how about this? Since September call-ups are kind of important when they have them, how about this? The winner in spring training, in this spring training tournament, they get to have their roster expanded to include 5 additional players. So everyone else gets 40 players, but the team that wins the spring training, they would get, like, I'm trying to think of it as more like spring training in my mind is about developing the young prospects. It's about getting the players some some experience playing against MLB pitching, and that's what I'm leaning towards. Like, I want them to keep with the theme. I would want them to keep with the theme of developing prospects or maybe doing the draft. So that's why I'm saying, like, if they win the regular season, if they win the spring training tournament but have a bad season and get like a top 5 draft pick, then that team could get the would get the number 1 overall pick. So that way it shows that you're really trying to develop prospects, but maybe they're not ready yet. It's going to be a hard concept. It would be a hard concept to insinuate, but it would make spring training more important. Because now you're really incentivizing teams to win these spring training games and win a tournament. Of course, the downside to that is, well, those that what happens to the teams that win the tournament and go on and have a good season and they're not even in the top 10. What happens to them? So I think that's going to be the tough part about it. Like, if the Dodgers have a good spring training and then they also have a good regular season, and let's say they go on to win the World Series, do they get the first overall pick? I don't know. It's tough. You want to make spring training matter more than just giving players like Ronnie Mauricio or Jason Dominguez experience at the MLB and see how they handle themselves. I get what you're saying, but it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough to make. It would also bring viewership up. Well, I think a lot of people are excited about spring training, and then as it goes on, they're kind of like dip off because they know it's not they know it's not the regular season. Attaboy, Nimmo! So, I'm sure they're going to figure out a way to be able to make it matter. But for now, it just doesn't seem like they're going to do anything. I mean, it sucks that Ronnie Mauricio is pretty much out for the year, so the Mets are not going to have him. You finally got Paul Konerko up to P4? Nice. By the way, guys, I have a hard out at 6, so once 6 o'clock rolls around, that's it. I gotta call it a stream. Back to work.
That is it. The left field number 30, Michael Conforto. Your attention, please. Now pitching, John King.
strike.
Alright, no big deal. Barry Larkin, huh? I actually kind of forgot that he was in the game. Larkin. Which version is this? Is this the... Oh, this is the set 3 one.
That's ball two. 2 balls, 1 strike.
Excuse me. Uh-oh. Is this an all Reds lineup? Because they had... No, that's all good. It's all good, Grayson. You know, I used to say this when I streamed MLB The Show 21, and I still hold true. I still hold it true. Life happens. If you're in here, great. If not, I'm not going to hold it against anyone. All right? I appreciate anyone and everyone coming into the stream here. I appreciate it whether you're here for a second or you're here for it all. Yeah, this is an all Reds lineup, by the way. Because he had Adam Duvall and Ken Griffey Sr., so this is an all Reds lineup.
Ball 1, no strike.
LSU uniforms, but an all Reds lineup. I think my college actually played against LSU one year. I forget when it was, but they definitely I feel like they played against them. Maybe it was like 2016 or 2017. I have to look it up. After this game, though, do I like the LSU uniforms? I mean, I'm kind of indifferent. I really don't know what the LSU unis look like, so, you know, I really don't have an opinion on it.
Your attention, please.
Who did he throw in? Oh, Big Dog. Oh, Adam Dunn. All right. I just need to get this one out. Just get it, and I think we'll be. Well, we're not gonna win. That I know for sure. Woo! Line that one. LSU won 8-1. Yep. I mean, Hampshire baseball back then was not good. It was not good. In fact, they only just won their first conference championship, first Colonial Athletic Association conference championship in, what was it, 2022? Yeah, 2022 is when the program was not very good.
Ball, that's out.
Not very good at all. Not so soon after my birthday. God, if I have to keep fixing this thing every hour, it's going to drive me insane. That probably won't hold, but at this point I kind of am at the point where I don't care.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. Now
And of course I didn't get anyone up and warming, so...
Ball in.
It's this month. It's actually like 4 days before then. February 18th.
leading for Louisiana, the second baseman.
But I'm going to be down in Florida for my birthday, so it's not like I'm going to be streaming on my birthday. No birthday stream.
Ball. That's inside.
I'm down in Daytona Beach for the Daytona 500. But probably the last year that I'm gonna go. Yeah, it's gonna be the last year that I go to the Daytona 500, at least for a while.
Ball 3.
You didn't hear it? February 18th. That's when my birthday is. But it'll be the last time.
The batter number 11.
It'll be the last time I go to, it'll be the last time that I go to Daytona. Unless my work wants to give me press passes to it. You know, I'd be more than happy to get a, yours is October 27th? Alright, nice. Not a fall birthday. I'd rather have a fall birthday than a winter birthday, but if it were up to me, I prefer a spring birthday. I wanted to be born in like April or May, so that it at least would be nice when I was born. Right by Halloween, yes sir. Only 3 days before, or not 3 days, 4 days before Halloween.
The center fielder, number 9, Brandon Nimmo.
I mean, that was an impressive diving play. I wonder why my opponent didn't throw it. Maybe it was a glitch on the game. Oh no, not a ground ball double play. No. There we go. David Wright with the RBI single.
The catcher, number 4, Francisco Alvarez.
Ball. That's down.
Yeah, I thought better of it. I learned my lesson from the last game where I tried it and I didn't, and I was gunned.
0-1. Ball. That's inside. Nope. That's inside.
Oh no. Alright, GG's to my opponent. Love his all Reds lineup. Wish I could have done more than just get like a couple of hits here and there. But that's okay. That's alright. Nimmo is actually very close to being tier 4. So if I can get him to tier 4, this stream, I think that would be great. Let's see. Yeah, obviously he had the most XP. David Wright had 62. Looks like Francisco Alvarez had 44. Keith Hernandez, I'm trying to see, Lindor and Conforto each had 36. And then McNeil, Canna, and Beatty each had 18. So I got Joey Votto. So I play a Reds player and I get Joey Votto for my 3 wins. Yeah, I have. Well, not anyone that's currently in my lineup, no. But I do have 2. I have multiple people. I have 2 Mets players that are P5. That's Pete Alonso and Francisco Lindor. They're set 1 cards, so they're not in my lineup right now because I already have them Superfractored. So there's no reason for me to put them in my lineup. Besides, I'd rather try to work on Keith Hernandez and that other Lindor card, and eventually running Mauricio from it as well. Ugh. All right, Grayson. Boy, we're gonna have if I do this game quickly, but it's gonna be close, and I'm gonna have to cut out at some point. Okay, all right, Grayson. We'll do it tomorrow.
Batting second, the shortstop, number 35.
0-1. Oh, yeah. 0-2. No, that's in.
Strike 3, sit down. Thank you. I appreciate that, Grayson. Yeah, unfortunately, it's a very strict hard out.
Right. 1-2. No, that missed. That's the ball. 2-2.
And that worked out perfectly for him.
It's 0-1. No ball. 2 strikes.
Well, not the way I wanted to start off.
Batting fifth, the center fielder, number 25, Byron Buxton.
No ball. 1 strike.
Still a far distance. I probably wouldn't have gotten him out anyway
The right fielder.
if I had thrown it straight from center.
One.
All right, 1 run. If that's the worst thing, not a big deal.
Leading off for Long Island, the center fielder, Brandon Nimmo. Batting second, the first baseman,
Keith Hernandez is first in terms of runs or in terms of home runs online for my team. Wow. I mean, I knew I hit well with Hernandez. I didn't expect him to be my leading home run hitter online. At least in this lineup. Up, make it 24. See how far that one went. 406 though. Not as much of a bomb as Alvarez's home run was.
1-0. One ball, one strike.
Let's go, David Wright with the home run. I tried to hold up there. I really tried. Well, okay. I wanted to check to see if I had a pitcher up and warming, and I do. So that's good.
The left fielder, Michael Conforto.
That's the ball. 1-0. Two and 0.
Conforto! Dang, what a shot! Let's see how far that one went. That was 453. Again, not as far as Alvarez. If you ran into me in the moonshot, we could play the game. In fact, that's what me and Landon did. And I've also ran into DeBringa in the event as well. Now, granted, DeBringa, he quit for me. He gave me the win. But me and Landon, we actually played the game. He smoked me, but he decided to let me have my XP with my players, since that's all I was really interested in.
Zero balls, one strike. Oh and 2.
So I have matched up against viewers before in the event, and I've not had to. You don't have to spend the points to be able to play me in the event. That's just random, and that's just on MLB The Show for not recognizing or for not doing anything to make sure friends don't meet up in the event or in ranked seasons or BR.
0 and 1. No balls, 2 strikes.
So if you and I met up, That's up to you, gamer. If you want to play me, you can play me, and no cost. Strike 3. Sit down.
Oh and 1. Oh and 2. No, that's low. Ball.
Strike 3. Sit down. You know, if we do match up, just know that my interest is not in winning. It's merely... Why would I do that? No, I'm not... If you want to quit, quit. I mean, it sucks, because, you know, now I don't get the XP with Canna, Beatty, or Lindor. But at least I get the XP with Wright, Hernandez, and, I think it was Alvarez. No. Conforto. That's who had the home run. Conforto. Yeah, so... Wright, Hernandez, and Conforto each had the home run. Nimmo, Alvarez, and McNeil each had 18. Alright, next opponent. Hopefully I can actually play a whole game this time. You got Caleb Killian to tier 4? Nice. You are really grinding.
Leading for the 51, the second baseman, Francisco Lindor. First pitch, 1 o'clock. Batting second, the right fielder, number 34, Aaron Hicks.
That missed. That's the ball. One and 1.
Strike 3. Sit down.
Yep.
Wow. Probably when it happened, it was like, oh, he dead.
Batting fourth, the designated hitter.
Yeah, that's the great thing about Diamond Dynasty. They eliminated injuries. They had it early on when they first started the mode, but then they took it out. They took it out after, I think, when they went to PS4. I think that's when they took it out, which is good. Like, I've always hated injuries and contracts in these card collecting modes, like Madden Ultimate Team and NBA 2K. I've always hated it. Now, as far as I know, 2K 2K, my team still has it, as far as I know. Got him! Woo! Close play. Close play.
Leading off for the Lions, the center fielder, Brandon.
Let's see. Okay, we're definitely going to want a lefty then.
Ball, low.
Definitely got that call in my favor.
No, that missed. That's a ball.
Yeah, that's going to get caught.
Batting third, the third baseman, JJ.
Come on, right.
It's 0-1. Nope, ball. 1-1.
Strike 3. I should have swung. Good pitch. Alright. Not a good inning in terms of XP.
The first baseman,
Photographed helmet by who? Brees Hall? Nice! You know what? Maybe I'll do that.
now
Next one. One, two.
Strike 3, sit down. I'll have to enter that, or I'll have to do that survey when I'm done with the stream.
0 balls, 1 strike.
Because I would definitely like a Brees Hall autographed helmet.
Nope. Balls, 2 strikes.
Would I wear it? No. No. If anything, I would get a case for it, and I would just put it in there.
the shortstop,
I don't know why I would wear it. You know, I don't see a reason for me to wear a football helmet. But it's not like I ever win those kinds of contests anyway. Like, I can enter as much as I want, but... Try it on? Nah. Nah, I don't want to ruin it. Dude, how did he get that? Did he make contact with that? strike three, sit down. I gotta get in. Now. Woo, tightrope walking out of danger on that one.
For Long Island, the catcher, Francisco Alvarez.
Hey! Ha! 1-1.
Batting fifth, the left fielder, Michael Conforto.
That's an apple.
All right, I'm gonna hope McNeil here can do something. 'Cause so far it's been a bust. Come on, get out of here, get out. Is that... Oh, just short. Just short. All right, let's get Kerkering in here.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. Now pitching, number 50.
Got it.
The right fielder, number 34, Aaron Hicks.
Nice. All right. Now, if Kerkering can last a couple, if he does, if I could get 3 quick outs here, I could bring him in for the next half inning. Nice. That'd be great. Of course, my opponent still has Ryan Jensen in there. Although it sounds like they're going to take him out.
Your attention please. Now pitching,
I could, but let's just see. See. Let's go! Can a walk-off? Yes, he can hit a walk-off. There you go. You called it, Grayson. You called it. I mean, Kenna is so clutch that he could be... He was definitely one of the people that I thought about for doing a walk-off. The other would have been Lindor. So even if I didn't get the home run with Canna, I still had Lindor waiting in the 9 hole. Alright, so everyone had 18 XP except for Mark Canna. He got 72 because of his home run. So this will probably be my last game of the night, and then I'm going to call it a stream. Well, I might open packs. But we'll see. We'll see how long it takes for me. See how long it takes for me to do a game. Oh boy. Going up against a guy that has two Superfractored guys in his lineup. Clips Underdog YouTube? Alright.
Leading off for the Spartans, the shortstop, Francisco Lindor.
Got him.
Batting second, the designated hitter, Giancarlo.
Probably. I don't think so.
1-0.
I mean, if he comes in here and introduces himself, then maybe. But for one thing, he's got the Yankees logo, so we'll see. We'll see. Can I follow you on YouTube? Sure. What's your YouTube channel? Oh! What? What finally? Okay. Alright, all done. You know what? I'll do it after the stream is over. I'll do it after the stream, because I really don't have time right now.
0-1.
Will be accessible. Oh, cool. Alright, very cool. Ooh, dang, that was a perfect, no doubt. Out. Why would I switch to him? I can get there with Anna. Yeah. And if I had just left the PCI where it was, maybe I could have squared it up and sent it flying.
It's 0-1.
Attaboy Hernandez.
Batting third.
Oh, actually, you know what I should do? Need to get someone up and warming. Yes, sir! Attaboy David Wright. Another nearly 5 foot, almost 500 foot bomb from Alvarez would be great here. Let's go! It's not a 500 foot bomb, but I called that home run. I didn't even see how far it was, but that's okay. Dude, Everyone's good at calling home runs this game. That's twice now. Or not this game, but this stream.
Too late. You good now? One oh.
Canna should have had a double. But of course, the thing has to change because I clicked off the left bumper.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. Now pitching in only...
Maybe my opponent should have waited until I did my sub.
Now coming into pinch hit.
Rich Hill? I think I did go up against Rich Hill in the event, in an event game once.
Ball, no strike.
I think I did. And honestly, it was tricky because you're so set on seeing fastballs and everything, and Rich Hill doesn't really do that. He's more like off-speed pitches, so it definitely fooled me. In fact, that might have been a game this week. Nah, we'll stick with Liberator, even if he gives up a home run here. Although my hope is that he doesn't.
One. That's the ball.
Strike 3. Sit down.
Your attention please. Now pitching and only...
He's out.
Batting up, the second baseman, Patel Marquez.
Oh, it was Paredes that gave up the home run. Oh, jeez. Oh well. Such is life. Could have been worse. We could be talking about being down right now.
One. Peacock.
Yeah. I mean, that could have been a ball, that could have been a strike.
That's the ball.
Let's go. I would definitely bring in a lefty at this point.
Your attention please.
Jake Brents, yep.
Jake
Nemo! With the shot! Let's see how far this one went. 465. Wow! Hot damn! Yes, sir! Nice double. Did face Lindor and Hernandez and Nimmo. I don't think Nimmo. There's enough for Nimmo to be
Nope. Ball.
be able to get up to tier 4 after this game. So, in all honesty, it'll probably happen next game. Or in the next stream, it'll happen, because by the time I'm looking at the end of this stream, it's going to be 6 o'clock. Probably past it, too. Which I was kind of hoping wouldn't happen, but what can you do?
Now pitching, Ryan Weather.
Attaboy Alvarez. Lefty crime. I love it. Nice. Thank you, gamer. And that's the end of that inning, so. Oh. Dang it, I didn't get... Well, Paredes didn't allow or didn't use too much energy, so we'll leave him in for now. Although, I'm definitely nervous about it because Paredes has never been that guy that's been very reliable out of the pen for me. Case in point, Giancarlo Stanton with a home run. And Vladimir Guerrero Jr. going to get a double out of it. Got to get the sure out, and the sure out was that play at first. You've been struggling today in Moonshot? What, not getting the home runs or just winning games?
Ball out. Ball.
Winning games? Yeah, I've had those days. That's why I like to have the alternative motive of having parallel XP as the main reason. You know, if I get wins, great. If not the biggest deal in the world to me. Alright, that was great. You know, Nimmo, Alvarez, each had home runs. We're going to have to see what the XP situation looks like. Oh, Nimmo did get up to tier 4. Nice. Nice. That's great. I didn't think he would, but he did. Apparently, having a home run with 2 RBIs was enough. Well, having 2 plate appearances probably also helped. All right, so obviously Brendan Nimmo was the key factor in that. He got the most XP, jumping up to tier 4. So now Mark Canha is the only one in my lineup that is tier 3. Well, besides Pete Alonso / Brett Beatty, they're also, but I'm not worried about them. Francisco Alvarez, he actually had the most, not Nimmo. Alvarez with 120. Keith Hernandez had 80. David Wright had 54. Conforto and Lindor each had 36. Mark Canha, Jeff McNeil had 26. And Brett Beatty had 18. Yep, McNeil is so close. McNeil is very close. It's going to be a grind with him because I really don't hit home runs with him. So it's going to be a grind. But you know what? I'm a patient man. I am a patient man, and I'm willing to grind as much as I can. I just can't wait to see this Superfractored lineup. I hope it's going to be very good. But anyway, guys, that's going to do it for me. So thank you to everyone who tuned in. Even if it was only for a moment, I greatly appreciate it. If you haven't done so already, please be sure to follow me here on Twitch and or subscribe. Either one would make me a happy person. If you're watching this on YouTube, I thank you so much for tuning in. I hope that you liked the video and subscribe to my channel. And if you want to know when I go live, you could follow me on X at TTVNextJGGen24. That's my gamer tag. That's in the upper left there, so go give me a follow. I'll usually post whenever I go live. You can also turn on notifications here on Twitch. That way Twitch sends you an email every time I start up a stream. This has been great progress. I've noted that Francisco Alvarez probably, had the, he was probably the MVP of this stream since he got 2 home runs, including that nearly 500-foot home run. So, but we're going to be back on this grind tomorrow. Hopefully we'll make even more progress. Maybe Mark Canha can get up to tier 4. And then at that point, it's just a matter of getting everyone to tier 5. So I hope you'll tune in tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern. And until then, guys, have a good night.